Hello everyone, welcome to another TV series collection video. This time we are going over Bewitched, starting with a couple of the books. We have the second edition of the Bewitched Forever book by Herbie J. Pilato with a foreword by William Asher. Really love this book. It's a lot of fun to go through and kind of reminisce, as well as get some behind-the-scenes stuff, and just a fantastic read. Definitely one I recommend for fans of the series, as well as from 1970, this Bewitched, The Opposite Uncle, this TV adventure book, which is pretty much reads as an episode of the show. A nice, fun, original story, great vintage book. Love having that in the collection. And just the couple of tapes that we have, the holiday double feature, A Bewitched Christmas. They had a couple of volumes of this. Is the one I really like, with Humbug, Not to Be Spoken Here, and A Vision of Sugar Plums. Great to rewatch around Christmas time every year. And then there are a bunch of the Columbia House Collector's Edition VHS tapes, as there are of most classic TV series. And this particular volume I always wanted to grab because it is the Serena volume, who's my favorite character besides Samantha herself on the series, and it has Hip Hippie Hooray, Serena Strikes Again Parts 1 and 2, and Marriage Witches Style. And then getting into the series on DVD, we have this really nice Sony set, which I've shown before in some of the other Bewitched videos I've done. This is really nice, big, complete series collection from Sony. Really nice fold-out case. The one thing that's not so great about it is the discs are really just in these two giant stacks. Pull the cardboard off here. Never experienced any issues, but as far as, just getting to the discs, if you're looking for a specific one or watching through, it's not the most convenient, but it is a really pretty box set. Just because of the difficulties of actually getting to some of the discs. It's not usually my go-to as far as, picking out one just kind of watch in the evening, but I really like having that set. And then getting to some of the individual season releases on DVD. Season 1 and 2 are by far my favorites. I really love them the most, so I have more versions of those seasons, starting off with the black and white edition from Mill Creek. And the black and white edition from Sony of Season 1. The black and white Season 2 from Mill Creek. And then 2 copies of the Season 1 and 2 combo set from Mill Creek as well. You see the kind of different artwork for those different editions. So Seasons 1 and 2, a lot of those. We have the Season 3 and 4 combo. This is the Mill Creek edition. And then individually, Sony did Seasons 3 and 4 on DVD, as well as 5, the last season with the original Darren. And to go along with those, we also have, they actually released the very short-lived Tabitha, the complete series. That was released by Sony on DVD. It also includes the original pilot, all 12 episodes. So an interesting series that I think took a few episodes to really kind of figure itself out. It was maybe about halfway through that half of a first season where it really kind of figured out what its premise was and how it was going to work and be different from Bewitched, but then it just kind of ends right when it was sorting itself out, which is sad because it could have been really great. And then the not so great Nicole Kidman, Will Ferrell movie. And then last for DVD, we have 2 international releases from those first 2 seasons that I absolutely love. From Japan, we have set 1. It's half of the first season on these small, they were kind of like budget releases they would do for TV shows. Japan would do individual seasons in really expensive box sets. TV shows in Japan, when they come out originally on VHS or Laserdisc or DVD, Blu-ray, they are very expensive in comparison to what you can get for, say, a US or European version. But then they frequently also do these smaller budget releases. This is the first half of season 1. It's a nice little compact set, and these are pretty cool. And they have both the English and Japanese audio and subtitle options and stuff, so it's easy to navigate and watch through, as well as this German set. This is in color for season 2. And this is an interesting one. It's the same thing with some other classic shows like Gilligan's Island, a couple other ones. Most German TV shows from the US are dubbed when they're brought over from the US, so they're dubbed in German. But there are a lot of instances of shows, particularly older shows, where not every episode originally aired during its broadcast in Germany, so not every single one of them has a dub. They recently did a re-release of The Little Bit of Gilligan's Island that aired in Germany, where they refound the old dubbing of those episodes. So this is the entirety, all 38 episodes of season 2 of Bewitched, but only 13 are actually dubbed in German. The rest are in English, so it's kind of an interesting set, but it's a lot of fun to go through, and it's a really pretty set. There's a little episode guide here, and it will tell you as you're going through like which episodes are in English with German subtitles and which actually have a German audio track available. And it's usually pretty easy to tell too when you're going through the episode selection. The title of the episode, if it's in German, that one's going to have a German audio track. It's going to be dubbed. So you have ones that like My Baby the Tycoon, that's only in English. Tanta Clara, well, that is German. So a really interesting set from Germany. Then we have 2 more categories of releases. This next one I'll go through a little quickly because if you were on my channel before, I have complete unboxings for these. And if you are new to the channel, go ahead and check those out. So these individually have their own videos really going into the packaging and the details and everything like that. On Blu-ray, we have, released just in time for the 61st anniversary, the 60th anniversary special edition from Mill Creek, the complete series Blu-ray set. I did a video again talking about all the benefits and issues of this set. This seems to definitely be the most popular option for Blu-ray. But then we also have from Imprint these gorgeous box sets on Blu-ray of Bewitched. I did videos for each of these. I won't go too much into them here, but we have the season 1 and 2 box set. I love this one. It's extra large because it has both the original black and white and colorized versions of those series all in one set. Seasons 3 and 4. And then the last one of those that I grabbed, the seasons 5 and 6. And so I don't really revisit those final 2 seasons very frequently. Just maybe once or twice a year I'll throw on some episodes. I really don't have as much of a love for them, and I have them obviously on Blu-ray and DVD already with those Mill Creek sets and the Sony Complete Series sets, so didn't really feel the need for those. But so that is all the different Blu-ray releases. And the last bit are just kind of some oddball things here, some other places where episodes of Bewitched have shown up in the collection. As you know, Sam and Darren were on an episode of the original Flintstones, an animated episode, so that episode is of course in here in this nice Complete Series Blu-ray set of the Flintstones. We have some Sam and Darren in there, and then they appeared a couple of times in the TV Guide Spotlight DVD series. I really like these, especially for shows that I wouldn't necessarily want like an entire series box set to go through, so I have a decent little collection of these Spotlight Collection videos. This is the TV's Greatest Moms set, and this one has Bewitched, Season 6, Episode 1, Samantha and the Beanstalk. Then in the TV's spookiest Halloween episodes, you can also see Jeannie is on this one. But on this one we have Bewitched Season 4, Episode 8, Safe and Sane Halloween. And then, of course, on the Christmas collection, TV's Merriest Episodes, Bewitched has Season 1, Episode 15, A Vision of Sugar Plums, my favorite Bewitched Christmas-themed episode. So some Bewitched episodes have shown up in other little pieces of the collection as well. That is a look at our Bewitched collection, a series I obviously love, so we have this huge collection, all these different formats, and just a series I will never tire of rewatching over and over again. And if you have your own Bewitched collection, I would love to check that out. And there's lots of cool stuff and different releases all around the world that are fun to look at. Lots of cool, like, vintage books and all kinds of other collectibles. And there's Barbies and anything you can think of. So I'm really curious to see what other people have out there for this amazing classic television series.